Can you think about one of the most your proudest or one of the most proud moments of your career? Oddly enough, when I think about one of mine, it was probably in the very first few weeks of my very first job. I traveled around the country and I trained student leaders, uh, chapter leaders for an organization I worked for. It was a legal organization, and I was being told what the chapter should do, what these leaders should do, and I asked a very simple question after I was done getting instruction. I said, "You're telling me that they should do all these things. Where does that exist? Where documented wise, where does that exist? Where do we showcase this to these individuals?" And I was pointed to the back of a district conference manual where there was 2 or 3 pages where this information existed. And I said, "Great. What happens if someone doesn't go to district conference? What if someone leaves their manual at district conference?" And these questions were kind of rhetorical, but the answer was they didn't get this information, or they forgot about the information. That was we kind of gave the whole organization's chapter operations was built around this, and we gave them one shot to get the information. So I didn't spend money. I didn't come up with some grand scheme of things. But what I did was I took those pages, I boiled it down to 2 pages, front and back of a document, and that lived underneath my email signature. And that was the basis of every communication I did was based on that document. And I referred to it regularly. What happened? The organization increased its revenue by the time when the time I was there by 25%. It increases programming by more than double. And it also reduced costs because of not having to give out grants and gifts in order to get people to do things. Now, going into organizations and finding efficacy, finding the best way to get the end result has been a hallmark of my career. Now I focus that work on working with startups and small businesses on the internal operations side of things. And I really focus on a couple of things. One is time. All founders, small business, startups, time is a resource. So is money. And time is money. So they're combined there a little bit as well. There's also execution. That is making sure the job is done, but also doing it geared towards more time, more money, more efficacy. Making sure the actions you take are in line with the end result that you're trying to achieve. At Lateral Solutions, that is what we do. We help startups and small businesses launch internal operations with an eye towards efficiency so that we reduce administration so that founders, startups, CEOs, small businesses can focus on their core business and not on administrative matters.